The February 27th, 2016 meeting of the Planning and Economic Development Committee will now come to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Ansello.
Here.
Ms. Boyce.
Here.
Chairwoman DeFlorio.
Here.
Ms. Cayley.
Here.
Mr. Moyle.
Is there anyone signed up for the public forum tonight?
There is not.
Is there anyone present who's not signed up to speak who would like to address the committee at this time? Seeing none, the next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes. You have your January 23rd, 2017 minutes before you. They will stand approved unless the clerk is notified of any changes by the end of the day. Next item on the agenda is new business. Mr. Clerk?
Referral 17-0050.
Moved by Legislator Ansello, seconded by Legislator Boyce. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Item carries. Next item.
Referral 17-0051. Authorize the...
Second.
Moved by Legislator Boyce, seconded by Legislator Ansello. Is there any discussion? Yes, Legislator Ansello.
Yes, Madam Chair. Through you, can you provide a list of the contributions from the other 8 counties?
Through the chair, yes, we can. Do you want it now, or?
I assume Monroe County is the largest one and the biggest contributor.
Yeah, through the chair, the annual contribution is based on population. So Monroe County is the largest of the counties. If you give me a second, I can pull out the...
It's just based on the actual population of each county?
Yes, so Monroe County's is just under $30,000, and then the next largest is Genesee, Livingston, Ontario, and Wayne. It's just under 10,000, and then for Wyoming, Yates, Orleans, it's $6,600.
Thank you.
Okay, and what are some of the expenses that you go through? And what are some of the expenses?
Through the chair, the county contribution is a small portion of the overall operating budget for the Regional Planning Council. They provide a number of services, including they represent the region as the Federal Economic Development District. Therefore, they are responsible for update of the Comprehensive Economic Development Strategy that provides a conduit for federal economic development funds into the region for projects. They're also the clearinghouse for demographic data for the U.S. Census Bureau. That's particularly important this year because we're gearing up for the 2020 census, and they will be assisting with review and update of the master address file that the Census Bureau uses for distribution of the census surveys. They also provide a number of services for planning-related projects, including water quality, water resource planning. They also have been working on flood improvement programs with some of our municipalities, including the community rating system, which is a FEMA program that allows municipalities to prepare a program that reduces the flood insurance premiums for their residents.
Okay.
They're also involved in a number of training programs and geographic information services.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Item carries. Are there any other matters to come before this committee? Oh, I'm sorry. One more. I apologize. A little overzealous here. Next item, please.
Referral 17-0052.
Moved by Legislator Ansello, seconded by Legislator Boyce. Are there any Discussion. Legislator Kate.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Through you to the administration. This type of use has been, it's in its 25th year. Do we consistently use the findings of this report every year when we're making economic development plans?
Through the chair, yes. The data is made available to the staff for economic development programs as well as other planning programs. The reason that we do it every year is, and we get a grant from Genesee Transportation Council, is to provide data that adjusts their travel models for transportation purposes. But we also use the data for other issues as well.
Thank you. And then do we actually use this for our transportation development, or is that handled through state transportation?
The data for the transportation model is through the Genesee Transportation Council, but the data is used and available in preparation of the capital improvement program for the county as well.
Further questions?
No, I'm going to,
Okay.
I didn't ask.
Yes, Legislator Boyce.
Also, could you maybe give one specific example of something that, like the study that we did last year? It doesn't have, I mean, obviously you're not prepared to do this tonight, but something that we did last year with the study and then panned out to be in our capital improvement program?
Well, primarily the data is used, and more often we get requests for information related to land use and land use trends within the county. And it gives us an idea of where there may be infrastructure needs in the future. It's hard to do on a project-by-project basis, but we, as in our development of the capital improvement program, look at those development trends and try to identify areas where there may need to be improvements. But much of the capital improvement program is based on immediate needs and conditions of the infrastructure. But it is used for planning purposes as well.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Legislator Cayley.
I thought of something else. I mean, we are accepting a grant for $15,000 for the land use project. Is this the total cost of the project through you to the administration?
Through the chair, GTC within the last couple of years has required a 10% match for the programs that are funded through the Uniform Planning Work Program, which is part of this program. The grant goes to offset staff salaries, and we include overhead as part of that. So although there's a 10% match, it's an in-kind match, and that's used to cover the overhead. So for all practical purposes, it's a wash. It pays for itself.
And then, thank you, and then through the chair, are there any other influxes of funding from any other counties for this report? Thank you. Through the chair. In infinitum. Sorry.
Through the chair, this report is just for Monroe County. There is a similar report that's done by the Regional Planning Council and also funded by GTC that looks at other counties within the region, and we coordinate with that. But this project that we're talking about is just for Monroe County. And I should also add that the reports for the last 15 years or so are available on our website.
Thank you. And then through the chair, if I went, I would get the 2016 now?
That's correct. The 2015 is complete. We're working right now on 2016, and the funding that is before you for the grant is for the 2017 report.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Item carries. Now, are there any other matters to come before this committee? There being no other matters, the February, I don't know what day it is, the February 27th, 2017 meeting of the Planning and Economic Development Committee stands adjourned. The next meeting of the Planning and Economic Development Committee will be held on Monday, March 27th, 2017 at 5:15 p.m.